Emergency. Queen's Quest arrived. Emergency. Queen's Quest arrived. Emergency. Queen's Quest
Down to the queens.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody inside and outside of the gender spectrum, and welcome back to Stardom Quest Gold, the best weekly Stardom and Marigold podcast anywhere in the world. I am, as always, Alex, and I am joined today by Velkej of Actress Stage. Hello, Velkej.
Ooh, I am back. I am back because I'm the best. No, I'm not the best, but I'm the savior.
You are indeed the savior. I realized this today because Dylan couldn't record. Because of Marigold's existence, the number of potential co-hosts is so small because most people have now picked one or the other. The only people psychopathic enough to watch both are like me, Dylan, and Scott, and then assorted people on Twitter. Most content creators have split fully. So it's I was like, if Scott is not available and he's not, who is? And you stepped up to the plate even though you aren't a Marigold fan, which is going to make for an interesting time.
Yes. Let's do this. I'm not a Marigold fan. I watched the opening show and I watched some other Korakuen. I watched their latest Korakuen. I think it was latest. From the start, I got the vibes that it's Stardom, but 2018. It's not really that, but the start was that vibes. And I am not a nostalgic person. I hate nostalgia. I actively avoid nostalgia. So I decided, okay, this is not for me, even though it has people that I've championed before because they were from Actress, like Kouki, like Gochika, like Natsumi, like Miku Aono, and Chiaki. So, and Misa, who I hate, or rather, who I love to cheer against. But you get my drift. And it has Utami, who is also my favorite, but like it never grabbed me. The first show was, I guess, fine, like completely fine. And the next few shows in Shinkiba, I was like, okay, this is not for me. Which is insane. Like, I am the target audience. I'm supposed to be the one that I should be watching everything, but I know I'm not. It's just I'm not. I don't know why. I don't know why.
House shows are rough. I will say that. I think early on they had the appeal of, oh my god, it's Utami wrestling this actress girl's woman. And that has quickly faded over time with the 15th different Utami trios main event that goes like 15 plus minutes. So yeah, I don't think I blame you. I think with Marigold, it's kind of like either you only dip in for the Corkins or you have no other company that you're like attached to and you're willing
Okay.
to just go along for the journey. Because yeah, it's far from perfect.
Yeah, look, I understand the great appeal of being on the ground floor for some people. It's that's not for me. I've done that with not really, but basically with Stardom when they started with the Stardom World, and I've been subscribed to Stardom World like since they jumped from YouTube Red, I think. No, YouTube.
Wow,
Premium,
you were
YouTube.
there when they had the weird bikini shoot as the front page.
Yes.
Yeah, that was awful. I remember first signing up for Stardom World and I was in public and I was like, it's fine. Like, I'm going to sign up and it's wrestling. And then bam, the entire roster just on my screen.
The first show, the first match that I've seen is a freeway with Chris Wolf and I think Masked Mexican woman and someone else there before Chris Wolf became member of the Odatai.
Oh, okay.
And I watched like the Kairi's homecoming show where Kairi sang before the show. She teamed up with Natsupoi because that was the time when actress girls were appearing on Stardom shows. Because Stardom needed to fill up the ranks because that was just after the Ghastly match. So they teamed up together, Sareee and Boy, and one other woman was there. I don't remember her name because she like stopped wrestling relatively soon after that from Actress Girls. And Arisu, some Arisu was
Sinose?
there. No, 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 no. She
Nanase?
like, yeah, Nanase, Arisu Nanase. The rumor was that she stopped wrestling because of her boyfriend or something like that.
Ah, okay.
Uh, she was like 17 or something. I don't know. Like she was really young. She had really nice suplex,
Fair play,
and
I guess.
yeah, and she did. She looked very good. But that's how long I've been subscribed to Stardom. So
Mm-hmm.
like I don't want to go back, and that's what like the vibes of the Marigold at the start was. So
I see.
that's
That's
why I'm
fair.
not
Yeah,
following.
I get you. We are starting with Marigold, because Marigold was first in terms of running a show. And there's a lot of interesting news to discuss regarding Marigold. So I suppose we'll start with that. Um, on the Monday Magic show the other day, there was a battle royal to determine the inaugural GHC Women's Champion. I think rather surprisingly, Kouki got the win, last eliminating Sadie Gibbs in a match that featured Bozilla, Chigusa Nagayo, The Great Sakuya, Miku Aono, Miyuki Takase, Nightshade, Sadie Gibbs, Takumi Roha, Utami Hayashishita, and you. Um, I think what I saw from this match is that if they make the most of Marvelous, I think this could be an interesting belt. Marvelous always has like a supply of new wrestlers, and I think their main trio are very good. The crowd went crazy when Takumi and Utami stared down. I think Sadie Gibbs wasn't too bad, and it was kind of like if Marigold wanted to make use of this partnership, I think it could really benefit them both at Korakuen or even on the house shows. I don't see how you lose putting, I don't know, a Maria, Sadie Gibbs, and Riko Kawahata against any three from Marigold. Like that would make the show better. And so I hope that this belt does kind of open the door for that a little bit more crossover to help Marigold kind of strengthen that undercard until they can get in and produce the rookies that are capable of kind of carrying that end of the card.
The issue with Sadie Gibbs is that will Rossi allow her on her shows
That is
after
very
last
fair.
time?
That's a
After
good
last
point.
time, yeah. So I would not count on Sadie Gibbs.
We can replace her with Hyan. Hyan is cool.
Yeah, yeah. Or some other West Coast Pro wrestler.
Yeah.
I watched this because that show was happening at the same time as the Korakuen Hall show for Stardom. So I was beasting it with double screens,
Mhm.
watching the two shows at once. I think something really annoying and boring was happening on Stardom while the Battle Royale was happening.
Did
So
it
I was
involve
like,
Tekla or
no, that was the main event, and
no?
I stopped watching the show in the main
That's
event.
fair.
Stardom show.
Okay.
I just can't anymore. Just
No,
can't
I know.
anymore. WWID, please save me. Uh, so the I was kind of open-minded about the battle royale to determine the first champion. I did not like it in the end because it was a badly done battle royale to determine a championship, but it was a fine, fun battle royale with good bits most of the time. Some of the bits were bad. Sadie Gibbs being thrown away from over the top rope multiple times, doing Dolph Ziggler, kind of sucked. Let's be honest. Uh, Great Sakuya for the opening the match, and then doing the only wrestling move that she did multiple times, and that's using Green Mist was a very good bit. I liked that. Although I was surprised that she was not the winner of the belt because she was called, and Alex, I'll it will surprise you, but she was called on commentary an ace of Monday Night Magic Joshi division. So that was weird from them. And Otherwise, the funny bit with Chigusa Nagayo coming in as the 11th person after we knew that the match was set for only 10 was pretty good. And then the Marigolders teaming up on her. Marigolders, who was not Mozilla, teaming up on her and beating her ass. And then the Marvelous people beating their ass was also a very good bit. Like, there was like something in the match that was fine, but then there was a lot of stuff that I did not like.
You know, I wasn't a fan of the Battle Royal idea either. And I think it definitely told me that this isn't yet going to be a big belt.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't think so.
No, and I think Koki getting it is interesting though. I think
Yep.
she's one of Rossi's big projects. You know, that is one of the main people that he wants to be a Marigold person, right? Like it's her. I'd imagine Sareee when she debuts, probably Utami.
Yes.
And so
Might
putting it
not
on
be right.
Koki does kind of make it seem like he has some sort of plan to use this belt, but that's kind of why I think they need Marvelous, because I don't think their roster can sustain 4 singles belts.
The thing with that is that Goki was clearly emotional, very emotional about that. So great for her that she won a belt, because that was a thing in Actors Girls, because she was one of the most pushed people in Actors Girls as well. She like won her first singles match ever, like on the second show, like after she debuted there.
Mm.
Like, they were pushing her really, really hard. And she was in the main event of their first Korakuen Hall show after the restart with Natsuki, who is the current singles title holder in Actors Girls, which, let me tell you, I think that's not, like, that's on purpose that they are both champions. And against Mari and Miku Aono, who is also a champion, and Mari is also a champion. All 4 of them are champions right now. It's on purpose. Like, she was the only one who was not a champion, so they gave her a championship belt. And I will remind you about the Haku-san's tweet from a year and a half ago, where he said that he has a bright future in pro wrestling. Whilst he was still in Actors Girls, by the way.
Oh yeah, I mean, in fairness, I think most people had earmarked
Yeah,
Kogi as somebody who would,
yeah,
get signed
yeah,
regardless.
yeah,
So yeah, definitely. I think her getting the belt is
yeah.
good for her, and it's definitely somewhat promising that maybe they will make use of this title, even if they're going to stretch the already thin,
The thing
mid upper
is,
card.
I'll remind you, I don't, because I know you do not watch Noah, the other Monday Night Magic specific belt is used only on Monday Night Magic shows. It
Yeah,
The Ninja Mac never carried it around when he was the champion,
Ninja Man.
and Shuji Ishikawa, when he won it at Sumo Hall, he like gave it back to Nosawa and left. And
Mm.
nobody knew about that belt like for half a year until Shuji Kawase facing Masato Tanaka next week. So for the belt.
I think Rossi taking a photo with Koki and making it as his Twitter user, I think that means he at the very least wants to use it. And I think he gets along with Nosawa fairly well. So I could see Rossi just making use of it. Not even Noah, but Rossi being like, oh, I wanna have
Yeah,
this belt.
Nosawa also took a picture with Koki with the belt.
Yeah,
Like
see
the
they know where the money is.
Yeah, they know. Like everyone can see that where the
Yeah.
money is. She just need to be like motivated. So she needs to
Honestly,
be
is.
paid,
She's doing
I
well.
guess.
She's
Yeah,
doing good.
yeah.
Um
That she was doing good as well, and then she just like stopped being good for
yeah,
like
but I think she has to be
9 months.
driven in Marigold. Marigold is a very different kettle of fish.
Yeah, yes, it is. It is.
Yeah, I am interested in the GHC women's title. I mean, it has a lot of the things that were. I had a lot of questions about the IWGP women's belt as well, and it really is just dependent on how often it's going to get used, how valuable it is. But Koki is a good first step, even if the Battle Royal was an interesting choice, even if it did give us the Chigusa Nagayo surprise, which was fantastic.
That was
Um,
really good. That got me. Yeah.
that was great. I suppose on other news with Marigold, they were very open about the fact that they'd had a tryout recently. I think it was a day or two ago, where it was open to people wanting to be trainees, but it was also open to active pros. And I think that's the interesting part, because over the past few weeks, 8 different wrestlers have announced that they're going to leave Ice Ribbon. Um, and I'd imagine they were allowed to take part in this tryout if they've already announced that they're going to leave. So part of me is like, they did this at a good time, because I mean, Rossi isn't stupid. He knows this is roughly contract season for a lot of people. This is when their deals start to come due. So I do wonder, it was that tryout a way to like build up the roster by getting somebody like a Grizzly Fujitaki to try out, or getting, what was her name, Nanai for a Furukawa or something. I am really interested to see if any of them kind of join Marigold coming out of this.
Yeah, I am like positive about Yuki Mashiro joining.
Oh, interesting. I thought she would retire. I've heard plans to
I
retire.
I don't think so. The thing is, it's all about the money with her. Nothing else.
Suppose.
Nothing else matters. Just the money,
Okay.
because that's why she retired back then. By the way,
Mhm.
her retirement match in Mania was against Suzuki, who was not welcome in the locker room. Do not let anyone tell you different. Yeah, it no. Uh, and she was tied with Asahi, who in was tied with like now with Naho, now Nao Ishikawa, Hummingbird, and others who are now in Marigold. And I assume that when she drops the belt at Ribbon Mania at the end of the year, we'll see her at the Ottawa show, coming in
Oh.
her pantsuit and announcing that she's joining the roster.
Interesting. I
So,
really had her. I really had her retiring. I thought she'd go back to her
mm,
job. Um, I wouldn't hate her. I think she's the kind of person Marigold needs. That's why I mentioned Grizzly as well. I think there
mhm,
are two people who could definitely add to that mid to lower card area. Like something like Mifu Ashida is obvious. If you can sign Mifu, you then sign her. But I could see Stardom or something making a big play for her. Whereas I think what Marigold could get out of those 8 departures is just another few people to build out the roster. And especially in the Yuki Mashiros, who is a very good babyface, who could probably make a good tag team with like half of the roster. And
yeah,
then Grizzly, who is, I think, could maybe join up with Chiaki as kind of a like heel, big, powerful team.
yeah.
I'm not
The
sure.
the thing with Yuki Mashiro is that her bread and butter would be the house shows,
Mhm.
because she can really well she can do really like do the openers against the rookies where she wins, or do the comedy match in the middle of the card really well, and she can play the underdog babyface really really good in the main events. So she is great utility player for like any promotion that wants her. uh, she has her cult following. I am not sure if they would follow her to Marigold, because it's Ross's promotion, and I'm not sure if they would do that. But I think Marigold is able to pay better than Iceburn right now.
Probably, yeah.
I'm not sure if they are able to pay as well as they were promised by the venture capitalist that like ran out on them. I don't
Mm.
believe that he just like had that. No, I don't buy that. I just think that he realized that there's no money to be made with them anymore, and that he poured some money into the dark hole. And I think it's all about the money. Okay, she can go to Stardom where she get more money than in Marigold, but then it depends. Okay, so you probably can do still Ice Ribbon while you are in Stardom right now, which is like insane to say, by the way. I just said that. But she could still do Ice Ribbon even though she'd be in Stardom. But she would not be able to do Ice Ribbon anymore or anything else if she was in Marigold. But that would be probably enough for her anyway.
Could be. Also coming out of tryout was the confirmation of 3 new wrestlers that will be coming in. So they announced Sareee would be debuting at First Stream, and she only just passed her protest. They must have had so much faith in her to be like, we are announcing you for Ota Ward before we even test you to be a wrestler. Just in case anybody needed a further sign that this is going to be the new Utami, she is going to blow everybody away in that first year. I just know it. She's gonna beat somebody really popular, and everybody's gonna get mad. And I'm gonna say I told you so. Um, she's debuting alongside Ryoko Sakamura and Nagisa Tachibana, and they're the 2 people from the Gravure agency who came along with Minami Yuki. So hopefully they are better than Minami because she is rough. But they'll all be on Thursday's Korakuen, so we're gonna get some idea of what they're doing in the future. But that's I think 2 people part time added to the rotation. I don't know if they're gonna be full time. Yuki Minami isn't, so I don't know if Ryoko and Nagisa will be, but they're hopefully good additions to the undercard.
What they've posted about like being trainees for wrestlers, it feels like they are passionate about it, like they are into it. I don't know if they are like physically gifted as Sareee is. I think everyone knew that she's going to pass the protest because she is a freak athlete. So, and the protest is like just like sets of squats and push-ups and like and running and dropping and rolls and shit like that. It depends on the promotion, of course, but I've watched Marvelous protests, and I think they are really harsh. One of the reasons why I was a big fan of Maria early on is that she like got so fucked up in the protest that she went out to the outside, vomited under the apron, and then went back and continued. Like that was amazing, incredible stuff. So yeah, I was big into her and watching the like. By the way, doing the protest publicly is such a great way to like forge the bond with the wrestlers from the audience and like have them like your immediate favorites, because you see these young women who are not wrestlers yet struggle like mightily with all of their body and soul and like trying as hard as they can. And if you watch those protests Marvel's puts on, they are one of the most like nerve-wracking shows that you can watch. It's incredible. Like being there live, I can see that like you will be fan for life of someone.
that is extreme, but they do look very tough, especially like cardio wise. I think that's
Yeah,
the
cardio.
big
It's
thing.
all cardio.
But that's I think all the news from Marigold. So we'll get into the review. There was only one show this past week. It was on the 7th of November. This was a very small show in like Yokohama, so I just watched the main event because the rest of the card was what it was. So in our opener, Mila Grace and Naho Yamada beat Komomo Minami and Rhea Seto. I'm kind of intrigued because they're putting Mila on the winning side more than they used to, and I feel like they should milk at least one title challenge while she's here. You know, they're running Shinjuku Face a couple of times next month. I don't see why she wouldn't get thrown in there. Maybe against Showzuki.
They have the New Year's show in Shinjuku Face, don't they? That's a great like
Yes.
summer main event. That's like a great summer main event for her. Like one of her last shows she's on. Let her have a title match or even a main event. If it's her last show, do it in the main event.
Yeah,
Like
honestly, I
send
think
her
she
home.
deserve it. Like
Yeah,
she's one of those who's worked hard. I think people
yeah, yeah.
generally like her now, so I think you might as well.
Like if
Won't, but
yeah, unless you want to do the final build for the Otterworld show in the main event, like then you can do the in the summer main event. But like it's Shinjuku Face, it's fine. You can give main event to Mila Grace. It's
yeah, for
perfectly
sure.
fine.
Bozilla beat Minami Yuki in just 4 minutes, just driving home. That Bozilla is big. Now Ishikawa beat Nagisa Nozaki by disqualification and afterwards challenged Sareee for Korakuen Hall. As most people will know, Nai Takahashi is injured. and so her versus Sareee has been called off. I think them replacing it with Nao in a singles match is very good. Obviously, it's not a big drawing match like Nanai versus Sareee, but I think they have, in a very American wrestling pilled kind of way, they have a chance to just have Sareee beat the shit out of Nao Ishikawa to get Nanai pissed off. And so I think her losing by DQ and getting a win recently is like a small amount of build up for now.
Honestly, fucking hate this
Of course.
because they've thrown away the big Nao Ishikawa is losing everything story
Mhm.
after she had a chance to win in the Korakuen Hall show that I watched.
Yeah, but she couldn't beat
Like,
Nanai,
yeah,
who
I
was
know,
going to
I know,
challenge the world title.
I know, I get it, but that's look, Alex, that's the issue with like the long-term storytelling.
Mhm.
If someone gets injured and you have to pivot, you have to throw away the big story that like people are invested in and that are well done and well built and like well prepared. And like if the thing with now is that you basically thrown away 6 months, like of the build, like it's literally 6 months. She has not won a match. She has lost every match possible, and she has almost won a match against Nana in Korakuen. And the Korakuen Hall show is very loud. Korakuen Halls are very loud for her, and
Mhm.
like you've lost that. That's it's sad because it took like it was too long, waited too long for that. That's why I hate it. But like the match itself, it's like the best possible change you can do. I guess it's logical. It makes sense. Again, I hate it. Both things can be true. It's the right match to do, and it's the right build to do the match with, and you had to do that to get the match. But again, you wasted half year of basically all of her losses are wasted now.
Yeah, that's true actually. Yeah. I don't know. I think maybe you could look at the Nanai performance as her leveling up as opposed to the win.
Yeah, yeah,
But that's
but
generally
but
not how Rossi does it. He's a lot
yeah,
more on the nose. So
yeah. The thing is, you've basically her losing and being a really likable underdog was the big story of the start of the promotion, right?
Mhm.
She could have won at any of the Korakuens that happened since, like after the first 3 months of the story being driven home, that everyone knew it, when like everyone supported her, and but she did not. So everything after like let's say first 3 months is like just like putting more suffering. Suffering builds the character. You know the meme. Putting more and more and more and more and more and more, and then like, oh snap, I've lost main event. So I have a date with Sareee, and I need someone else to face her. Now Ishikawa makes the most sense, so let's her win in Nagoya or something like that. They do no reaction at all. I watched that. That was
Oh yeah, Nagoya
horrible.
crowds are awful. I
That
absolutely hate
that
them.
was so bad. The win was like nobody reacted to her winning the first match in her Marigold career after 6 months of losing everything. It broke my heart. Like it was so sad.
Um,
That's why I told you that I really am not up onto the card of the Korakuen.
That's fair. That's fair. I can only imagine all the things you're gonna have to say about Stardom. Um, in our next match, Misamatsu and Natsumi Showzuki beat Hummingbird and Miku Aono in 13 minutes. I guess that's just Showzuki getting a win ahead of their title match. And then we had similar in the main event. Kazuna Tanaka, Koki, and Utami beat Mai Sakurai, Mirai, and Victoria Yuzuki. That was Koki getting the win for her team to look good going into the Korakuen title match. So pretty simplistic stuff there from the last two matches. I did watch the main event; it was good stuff. These are all talented wrestlers, and they basically do Utami Mirai constantly, and they both rock. So thumbs up. Um, but that was the only show. I actually thought they were running during the weekend, and I was very surprised when I didn't see any like results pop up. Um, but that's because they are not running again until Corkin, which is on Thursday. Now I have to scroll through Marigold's fantastic Twitter to find the card,
Good luck
because
there.
they really like making life difficult.
Yeah, the very basic but very functional schedule website for Stardom is very good, isn't it?
Yeah, I
it's
I don't
simplistic, but
complain
it
about
works.
Stardom as much. They really make Marigold look bad sometimes. It's like, why are you retweeting Kouki's like selfies? I don't care. I don't need to see them. Anyway, here we are. So, um, Winter Wonderful Fight 2024. In our opener, Misa Matsuri and Komomo Minami take on Bozilla and Myla Grace. I think that's a win for Bozilla and Myla. I don't know if they're going to get a tag title shot, but I feel like they should. But yeah, I mean, they're going to win anyway. Komomo is definitely taking a fall there.
Yeah, that's what she's there for.
Yeah. Rhea Seto is taking on Yuki Minami, which I feel like is another Rhea Seto win. I think they like her more than Minami. And you can probably have one of the rookies come out afterwards and challenge Rhea.
Yeah, for the next, yeah, that because they are both two of the three debuting rookies are from Yuki Minami's agency, so it makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, and they might want revenge or something.
and
Who
and
knows?
Rhea can get another win afterwards as well.
Yes, which she should. We have a real test here, I think. Hummingbird takes on Naho Yamada. I think Hummingbird has been a real flop for Marigold. She is not good. I watched her in a tag, and she doesn't actually do wrestling moves. All she did was sell and tag out, and I was like, what happened? Where did Cat Mask Calico go? So I think if she can't deliver with Naho,
Who
it's not
who
looking
she,
good.
who she wrestled with for 2 years? Yes,
Yeah,
that would be an issue. Okay, by the way, that match probably sold me on the Korakuen Hall show right now
no way.
because
That
I had
is
zero interest in it going into this recording.
That is fascinating. um, well, whatever works, I guess. Our
Look,
next match.
Cat Mask was one of my favorites in Actress Girls before she left. So,
Yes, no, I
and
liked her.
she had an amazing gauntlet match in
Mhm.
February, or rather in January. And I was like, "Oh, let's go! This is going to be amazing." And then she was not booked for February nor
Yes,
March.
because she was leaving.
No,
Um,
even no. That was like
she had a play. Doing her plays.
Chika and Natsumi had title match 2 days before they left. So she just had a play. So she was not booked. Or she was there like selling tickets and merch, but she was not booked on the show after like the breakout performance she had in the gauntlet match. So
I always
that's
thought the
Actors
gauntlet was a
Girls.
send off, like
No,
unofficially.
no, no, no. She
Oh,
had done like her own send off later. She had a hardcore match against Maru, where she got
okay,
hanged in
I
Shikiba
see.
and
I feel like you'd
unmasked.
be let down if you saw Hummingbird, because
I,
she
I've
she's
seen
just
her. I've seen her getting knocked out for 15 seconds.
yeah. But beyond that, like her tag matches have been so boring. It's absolutely painful. Speaking of painful, Sareee takes on Nao Ishikawa. Poor Nao is going to get destroyed. I did float the idea on Twitter that they should do a kayfabe injury angle because I am a nasty sports entertainment pilled freak. I grew up on TNA. That was on free TV, so I watched TNA like nonstop. Um, so my wrestling mind, has been forever warped by the main
Yeah,
event mafia versus the front line.
it now makes all the sense in the world why you are the way
Yes.
you are.
Yes, TNA like corrupted a generation of people by being on free TV and exposing us to that awful, awful booking. But yeah, Sareee, I mean, they should play up the Uranagi. Like, I know
Yeah, they
that's
should.
lame and
They should.
whatever, but it injured an eye. Play up the
Yeah,
Uranagi. Make it
yeah.
seem
I
dangerous.
I think it's fine that these are not just like sponsored sports entertainment angles. These are like actual like old style Japanese pro wrestling angles as well. So
Mm.
Inoki probably loved those. John
Yeah,
Baba
as
loved
he should.
those because
Sareee definitely in.
it's good. It's like a good angle to
Mhm.
use a move that injured someone on accident and do it as an angle.
Yeah, no, it's like the basics. Like it
Yeah.
is so standard. Our next match is actually interesting. It's Victoria Yuzuki and Kazuna Tanaka versus Chiaki and Nagisa Nozaki. I could see this being an unofficial number one contenders match for like first dream or the next Korakuen, because these are really two of the only teams in the division. Um, Nagisa and Chiaki haven't challenged, but they always seem to like just pull away whenever they gain momentum. So I don't know if they're going to go in with the Chiaki Nagisa challenge, but I think they should do it. I think Mirai and Nozaki going to that stupid draw on the GP final should give us something instead of just being lol double count out. You know,
I laughed. I don't know if the microphone got it when you read the matchup. And I'll
I
tell
heard
you
it and I was trying to power through.
yeah, if that match card showed up on my live stream, I would just go, "Oh, time to get a walk, to go for a walk."
You a Nozaki hater? Is that what this is?
Yes,
Oh, all
extreme
right,
Nozaki
all right.
hater.
Get a clue.
Also,
Get a clue.
extreme Kizuna disrespecter.
Okay, that's fair. I also think
And
Kazuna sucks, so I'm
and
with you on that.
Yuzuki is my up because she beat Hanako
Of
in the
course.
finals of the rookie tournament, and I
Hanako
will
is
never
shit.
forget her.
Hanako is awful.
I will beat you up.
Okay, well, speaking of beating people up, our next match is for the United National Championship. Miku Aono takes on Natsumi Showzuki in the Actress Girls Special. I hope Aono retains. I think she should. This will probably be the best match of the show. I mean, these two have wrestled, I would imagine, quite a lot. And I think they're both really talented. And I think Showzuki's style will fit Aono's white belt formula very well.
And I have had, I has I don't think I've put their title match from Actress onto my top 10 because or did I?
I don't know.
I don't look. I don't remember if I did or not. But I loved their previous match because I am 100% sure they had the singles match. I'll just check up. Cage match.
I think they did. I think they put
Shozuki.
it on YouTube and
Yeah,
got a lot of people into Actress.
Yeah, they put it on YouTube because it was very good.
Yeah, I think that's
They
what got me into New Actress as well. I watched those two.
the Aono matches were like the highlight of the promotion for a whole
Yes.
year,
Oh yeah.
and she basically carried the promotion. And Shozuki did a lot of work in the semi-main events, and like me and Sondra, my co-host, we had like a bit about the semi-main event always being the best match on the show because it always included Natsuki and or Misa
Oh
and
yes.
or Mari
Is
because
Misa on
like
this card? Did I skip over her match?
I don't
I
know
didn't. Oh,
you.
yeah, she's in the opener. Her and Komomo. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Miku singles matches. Singles matches. They had two singles matches. Yes, one was in the semi-main event of the Korakuen Hall show in the 2022, and one was the early 23 fans for Miku Aono.
Okay.
In not no, it was the tournament semi. Just 11 minutes 43 in Radiant Hall in Yokohama. An amazing match. So
The
yeah,
fact they
they
had a good match in Yokohama says a lot. And you'd like to think that they will have a better one in Korakuen.
yeah. That was a really good show, by the way. That Yokohama show. Koki had a great match against Misa
Oh, that does sound
on the
good.
same show.
In
On
fairness.
the same show.
Speaking of Koki, she is allegedly in our main event. They might change this order on the day, but as of now, this is being promoted as the last match. It is the Twin Star Championships. It is Mirai and Mai Sakurai taking on Utami Hayashishita and Koki. This one fascinates me because I thought they might do Utami and Koki winning just to make Chika very jealous. But I think to me, Utami and Koki losing because they're not a proper team, and Kouki realizing that she needs Chica to win the belts is a much better story to tell.
It's interesting because I watched the Korakuen where Chica announced that she's hurt, and I watched her promo, and I've kind of understood what was happening there.
Mhm.
And the thing about it is that Koki and Utami winning is like the best story you can do out of that for all three of them. I'm not sure if it's the best for promotion, but it's the best for Utami, it's best for Koki, and it's best for Chika. Especially considering that Koki also has the GHC Women title on top of that. But there's a chance that they would play with that instead of the tag titles. Like they can do the very similar story with Chika and Koki, but about the GHC Women's title. But like
They might try and do
don't-
both, in
yeah,
fairness. I think you could get a singles match between Kouki and Chica before they realize they need to team up again to win the
yeah,
tag belts.
yeah. The thing about that is like both Chika and Koki are really marketable people,
Mhm.
and you want to push them, and you want them to have stories and to be featured. So like I think it's like Mirai and Mai Sakurai. I don't know. I know they're like probably personal friends, but I don't feel it. Alex, do you feel it? Is that a proper team?
They did just argue about the fact that one of them doesn't like wearing the team gear, so no, not exactly.
Yeah, it's like it's weird. They are for me they're better as singles wrestlers than they are together.
Yeah, I think Marigold needs them to a degree, though. I think they need them
Yeah,
as the kind of like Momoa's used to be for the tag
yeah,
division, just a very reliable upper card team. I think they really need to establish these two as a duo to
yeah,
get the rest of the division over.
and they honestly needed to belt either at least one of them or both of them.
Hmm.
So belting, giving them the tag belts was probably the best choice because of the Sareee being the red belt champ, Miku being the white belt champ, and Natsumi being the high speed champ, rather
Yeah,
flyweight, whatever,
Superfly.
superfly, superfly champ. It's like you needed to give something to Mirai, who got a huge chance on the first show, and Mai
Hmm.
Sakurai, who is Rossi's pet project.
Reborn.
Yeah,
The only thing that does give me a little bit of pause is Iono and Mai seem to be on a very set collision course for the white belt, which I could
okay.
see Sakurai winning. So they might want to get these belts off of Mirai and Mai, but maybe
The
they do that after a Chiaki Nagisa challenge. Like
the
they
thing
get another defense out of it.
the thing there is, so does it mean Utami does not win at the Otaward?
I'm very uncertain. I think Utami winning there depends fully on who they get for whatever their big sumo hall show will end up being.
Yeah.
As
So
in, does Mayu jump? You know?
yeah, so that's the huge issue. Like you have Utami, who is kinda your like big piece in your promotion, and she's not belted up right now.
Mhm.
You have belted up Miku to make her. You have belted up Sareee because she's reliable and will have great matches. And you can do the story like, do you remember when Utami said that she wanted to do something that she could not do in Stardom?
Yes.
That's why she jumped. I think she wanted to do like the rise to the top story again
Well,
because she
to be
never did
honest, I think
that.
that was all about an EO match. Reading through the lines, I think she knew.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So that's the thing that she could not do in Stardom.
Mhm.
So the thing is, what is she doing? Why is she not a champion? Like
Well, you
she is.
see, the what Utami, I don't know if you listen to the show anymore, it was the Marigold section specifically, but I think they panicked because Mirai beat Utami in the GP and said, "You are not the Utami that I know. You're not Utami." And then 3 weeks
Okay.
later, Utami wins the GP. I think they panicked when Julia was pulled and went, we need to do Utami Sareee. I think
Okay.
her slow like build back up to the top of the promotion has now been rushed, and it's all kind of just a mess.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing is, if if the promotion was booked like it's supposed to be, the Koki and Utami event would have made all the sense in the world.
Mhm.
Because there's a revenge play between Utami and Mirai
Yeah.
that will make seats for like next 2 years. That's a great story for next 2 years because they can trade wins then for titles or in tournaments or something like that. Special singles matches, best 2 out of 3 falls, time limit draws for 30 minutes and so on. Because they can do that. Also, there's a chance that the title match will end in a draw of 30 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Because what other match will go like long? Like the white belt match can go long, but that's I don't
I
know.
think this could. I think they'll go 23 or so. I think that's where they've settled with the main events.
Yeah.
I know Sareee Bozilla was about 23.
Too long.
Too long. But then, yeah. Well, I suppose if they do the promos for the Rooks, I think that could take up a lot of time. I mean, there's 3 of them. So that's almost a match in itself if they take about 10 minutes. So
Yeah. The thing is, how long will Sareee beat up on now?
well, now lasted about 12 with Nanai, so they might let her last. And Sareee is very generous for somebody who's meant to be a killer. I think
Yeah,
she will go like 70, 30, 60, 40 more than
the
a
thing
full
is more
domination.
is what's the purpose of the match? If it's the injury angle match, then she should go like at most 7.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sadly, I think Rossi will try to have both. He has become a I want my cake and I want to eat it kind of guy,
yeah,
where he
that's
thinks he can
bad
do
though.
everything.
That's bad though.
It is, yes. But I think
So I
that's how
guess
he's gotten.
again, I think all 3 results are possible because, as you said, you have better like insight into the promotion about the teams who can challenge Mirai and Mai Sakurai. You said there is at least one more team, and it would be a heel team winning, and you can do heel holding tag belts. That's fine, and that would be belting up Nozaki as a thanks for her like going through the probably more days than she agreed at the start of the promotion.
Yeah.
And like being this big help for the promotion, even though I really don't like her matches at all. But I can see why. So belting her up as a heel to be beaten on V0 or V1 by Twin Towers is perfectly fine. So Mirai Mai Sakurai can keep the belts, lose them at the Shinjuku, and you can do Twin Towers at Ottawa, and they can win or lose. That doesn't really matter anymore. Then, or you can do Utami and Koki winning, and Utami being double champ.
So yeah, see, I think that complicates things with how Rossi likes to book, because he does like to stack these Korkins, and I think having 2 of the belts on Utami would make
He
that
needs
difficult.
to stack Korakuens.
He does, but I mean, he did it anyway before. I mean,
Yep.
he used to stack them and Stardom before things got so spread out, and like he's going to do that again. So I don't think he could put 2 belts on somebody anymore, unless he like introduces obviously like artist belts or whatever. But I don't think he will.
He should not.
No, he shouldn't. So I don't think there'll be a double champion anytime soon. But if it was going to be anybody, it would be Utami. In
It
fairness,
would be Utami, yes. Yeah.
yeah, or Sareee.
Or she can lose. She can lose against Sareee though.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. It's very interesting. I don't think Rossi knows. Sometimes I think he's just like throwing darts at a board. Not in the way that Taro Okada throws darts at a board, but just
Yeah,
in
he's
a
very
more
funny at that. Yes.
structured way. So yeah, I don't know. This one does interest me though. I think this is the match that really interests me the most. Um, that's all for Marigold. I don't think they're running after that, and if they are, they haven't announced the card, so that's on them. Stardom wrestlers outside of Stardom. These women get up to lots of stuff. I don't know the result, but the Neo Genesis trio was on the whatchamacallit, the Ranmaru Fest. They wrestled a cool trio. So if that ever pops up, check it out.
Who was against them?
It was Ranmaru herself, Tei Hanma, and Takase.
That's very fun. That's like perfect for the free. I want to see that. That's going to be really funny. Yeah.
They also had Hibiscus Me cornering the Ranmaru's team because she's still injured, so she
Yeah.
probably did some
Was
nefarious
she
things.
was she Hibiscus or was she the ghost?
She's not a ghost.
God damn.
Do you think of Tiger?
No. Do you not know that she has a different persona that she does on Dragon Gate shows in Okinawa, for example? Where the point of her is that everyone is scared of her and they sit in the audience and pretend they are a member of the audience.
Oh, I didn't realize.
That's
Okay.
that's the bit. Like she's like this white faced woman with a sickle.
Right.
It's like, and I think she did it with Shuri once. Like she does it because Dragon Gate runs the shows at the Okinawa with the Okinawan promotion local, and she is local to Okinawa. So like she is on all of those shows, and she's very funny because she just plays the ghost character, the killer ghost character there.
Fair enough, I guess. Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to get somebody to watch and let us know.
So someone needs to buy the DVDs.
Yes, please. I need to see. They had
Ranmaru
what's her name?
uploads.
Fairy
Ranmaru
Nihonbashi
uploads.
unretired for that show. So
Yeah.
and she was against Chihiro Hashimoto. Simply please buy it.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
It was a tag, in fairness. It wasn't a single
Got
match,
them.
but even still.
Ranmaru uploads stuff on YouTube. I think after she saw some DVDs, she's going to put that up on YouTube for everyone to see it. Yeah, she has a YouTube channel and there's a lot of matches there. You can watch the Arisa Nakajima, Tsukasa Fujimoto, Kana, and like 3 other people playing playing Ranmaru. All of them were Ranmaru.
Right. I see.
And it was time
is
stop
interesting.
match or something like that as well.
That's incredible.
Yes. Best friends and Kana in time stop match cosplaying Ranmaru. Yes. That's what Ranmaru Festa is.
We gotta get back to the Sendai girls. Sareee Ano lost to Meiko Satomura in just under 19 minutes there in the main event of the big show in Niigata. That was kind of obvious. I mean, it's Meiko. I don't see her losing to anybody until Big Hash. I thought it was a great match. I don't know if you've watched it. I thought it was great. I thought Meiko probably had her best performance since leaving WWE. It was the best I've seen her. Even if you can definitely tell it's not the woman she used to be. I think Sareee Ano was very good for her money. I think she had a really good weekend where she was just fully locked in.
I have not seen it because I've seen people talking about it, but then I forgot to watch it yesterday.
Right.
And yeah, it like slipped my mind yesterday. I was
Disgraceful.
it just slipped my mind.
Have you not seen anything from this show?
No, I have not.
Oh, you're missing out. The Veni performance in the semi-main is
Oh
legendary.
yeah, I've read that when he showed up once in the
Yes.
quarter.
she remembered that she's got a
Yeah,
stunt on the hose.
Yeah, she remembered that she's one of the best potential wrestlers in Japan. Yes.
And what better place to do it than against Team 200 kg? So
Yeah, that's
good
true.
stuff.
Especially if you are winning. Yeah, that helps a lot, Benny.
We had some of our first crossover of the corporate synergy between New Japan and Stardom. Tam Nakano wrestled on the 9th of November. It was in Anjo. She beat Aya Sakura in just under 8 minutes in the mid card, which is honestly more than I thought they would give them. But they got 2 minutes more than the Young Lions. So Gato stays Gatoing. I don't know if this show even aired. I honestly have no interest in finding out.
It did not.
No,
By the
I
way,
didn't think so.
Anjo has like 2 famous people coming out of there. One of them is Tam Nakano, and the other is little wrestler Kazuchika Okada.
Ah, nice. Okay.
And that's why they had this match booked, like that town booked. They had it booked because of Kazuchika Okada, and Tam Nakano had to jump in to
Incredible.
be a hometown hero there.
The fact this got 1,239 fans with a
Yeah,
main event of Toru Yano, Jado, and Oleg Bolton teaming with Tanahashi. What an insane company.
the thing
Um,
is that it's probably last time Tanahashi will be in the town.
oh, maybe. I keep forgetting that.
Yeah,
That's cool.
he's retiring, so if you can go see him, you go see him because
Yeah.
that's probably the last chance you get, unless you travel to Tokyo Dome, of course.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't think anybody will from Anjo, so that's fair. Seeing with New Japan on New Japan Fighting Spirit Unleashed 2024 on the 8th of November, Hazuki beat Anna Jay, Koguma, and Trish Adora in just under 9 minutes to become the #1 contender for Mercedes Monet's strong women's title. This was a good match, largely because Anna Jay and Trish kind of got out of the way for a little bit to let Hazuki and Koguma do stuff. And then Trish, I'm critical of Trish Adora sometimes, but when she's just throwing people around, I think she's really good. And she was throwing Hazuki around, so I thought their closing stretch was also good, and that definitely brought up the match.
I have not seen it because I ignore New Japan shows in America because they are fake.
That's fair. So you're not going to watch Hazuki versus Mercedes Monet?
No,
Wow. Wow, you're not a Monet respecter? Is this like what's
no,
this?
it's I am very much New Japan in America disrespecter.
I see. Okay. Well, that match was made official for Strong Style Evolved on the 15th of December. So Hazuki is going to lose to Mercedes Monet. It's going to be fun. Were you kind of on the ship with me that I would have rather Koguma get that because I've seen Monet and Hazuki wrestle already, and I would have liked a new face instead.
I think that this is Mercedes Monet directive, and she wants to wrestle Hazuki.
Possibly. Yeah, she doesn't know
I
ball. She doesn't know the Koguma. How
I
good Koguma
I
is.
think she considers Koguma a community mid-card wrestler, so there's no
So she
reason for her.
doesn't know ball. I see.
No, she does not. She does not know.
Um, Also announced for Strong Style Evolved is Mina Shirakawa versus Johnny Robbie. I think Dave Meltzer mentioned that Mina was having some visa issues, which is why she hasn't been on AW all that much.
That's going
So
to be worse and worse and worse.
yeah, look, I imagine she's moving there full time next year, so it's fine. But
Yeah, let's hope they get the visa sorted before 2025 rolls in.
oh Jesus, yeah, okay.
Last time the guy was president, people basically stopped getting visas. Remember Sareee,
Yeah, that
who waited
was
2
painful.
years after being signed?
In fairness, everybody across the globe stopped working and was like, "Yeah, we
Yeah.
have COVID
Okay, that's
protocols."
but that's 6 months.
So I think that
That's
delayed
just
it.
6 months. That's just
Probably,
6 months.
but I do remember things taking a lot longer than usual for
Yeah,
a
yeah,
while
oh,
there.
yeah. All
Um,
right, that's true. But by the way, she was signed in like May 2019.
yeah, that was a weird thing because she was signed, announced she was signed, stuck around, and then left, and then
Yeah,
came back.
and then like she
Fascinating.
was supposed to leave at the at in February, but like I don't know if she left or like she finished her booking and was supposed to leave like in March or something like that, like to
Mm.
come for WrestleMania, but then World ended for 6 months, and then she came back as the masked wrestler for Diana from I think May
Ooh,
until like I don't know, I think like September or something like that, and then she started wrestling as herself again.
interesting. Okay. Um,
Yeah, I remember these things because I retained this useless knowledge.
I mean, you that is why we have you on the show. In fairness, but yeah, Mina. I don't know if she'll beat Johnny Robbie. I don't think they'll care. She probably will. Actually, now that I think about it,
Champion,
Johnny.
she was going to win.
Yeah, I like Johnny Robbie. I think is okay with taking losses. She seems very like not politically motivated. She's like, yeah, I'll just show up and like outshine everybody. That kind of wrestler.
She probably wants to get the Japan booking as well.
Possibly, yeah. I'm surprised she isn't over with Marvelous. Like they love West Coast Pro, and that's where she works. Like, but it was not like her.
Maybe she wants to do Stardom.
I could see it. She is a New Japan LA Dojo girl, I think. So
That's
I
that's
could see
that's
it.
the thing. Maybe she does not want to close the doors there and
True.
want to wait for the Stardom tour.
Well, she'll have to wait a while. Stardom doesn't do Stardom doesn't do that anymore.
Um,
Like Xena is only
I
there because of her fella. Like if he's not there, I don't think they ask her.
Yeah, but that's because she came back to Japan randomly to be with him there.
Yeah,
So
and same with Tekla. Like she's there because of Clark. Like I
yeah,
don't think
I hope
Stardom invited them. You know.
I curse Tony Khan every year, every second week whenever I watch Tekla match that they did not get signed. I really don't
Yeah.
like this situation.
How can Tony Khan sign all of the New Japan guys except the ones that I want? You know.
Yeah, it's like I by the way, I like Clark in New Japan. I enjoy him, but Tekla is such a like stone around my neck while I watch Stardom, is that I really want her gone, and I'm willing to sacrifice Clark for that. Like I'm fine with Clark
Wow.
leaving if Tekla leaves as well.
Poor Clark. All right. Well, we've got to discuss some Tekla matches. Because Stardom had 3 shows this past week. I don't think there was any
Matches.
news to discuss. Was there? Am I completely insane?
Um,
They didn't announce
the crossover
anything.
show maybe
We'll preview that.
it's this weekend.
So
Oh, previewed it right. I'm
yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry.
So I don't think there's any news like that to go over that we won't touch on anyway. So the first show to review on February 9th was in the New Pier Hall. They got 406 fans for this. Don't they usually run New Blood here, the New Pier Hall?
Yeah,
I feel like
that's a new
I
blood.
noticed, I recognize that name. Yeah.
Wasn't it the
Let's
place
see what
where
happened.
Manami Toyota retired?
Is it?
Is that Yokohama?
Maybe. No,
Because
Takashida,
she
Tokyo.
retired in some very weird venue.
That
Not in
does sound
Bunka.
like Manami Toyota, but I honestly
Yeah, I thought she was retiring in
have no
Bunka.
idea. I thought he
Like I
retired.
believe for 60. No, it was also Academy show.
Oh,
It was the show that
interesting.
was
What a weird
the
woman.
whole show was just her matches, like 3 hours long gauntlet. She wrestled for 3 hours.
That's what feel. That's what it feels like to me
It was
watching all of her title matches. In fairness,
It's if you have never seen the show, go watch the show. It's very good.
I don't want to.
It's like she does
Manami
everything.
Toyota is
She,
my op. You don't understand.
yeah,
I
okay,
have a deep-seated dislike of this woman's work.
okay.
At her peak.
It's it's like a recap of her career, and it's really well done.
Okay.
She does a bump into what's it called, barbed wire
Oh my god.
on a
Okay.
3 hour long gauntlet.
All right. You
She
might have
does a
sold
bump
me.
into barbed wire.
If I ever have 3 hours free, which is never gonna happen again, I
It's
will.
really good. It's really good.
I know.
Like
I know.
it's
I don't do 3 hour free time anymore. That's not
yeah,
me.
I know, I get
So
it. Just that I'm trying to sell you on the show, but I think
okay.
she
Oh, you
retired
sold
in
me.
this venue.
Okay. The opening match of the show was in the Blue Goddess block. It was Starlight Kid and Suzuki wrestling to a time limit draw with Mei Sarah and Kohaku. I think this is probably one of the best matches of Tag League so far. I mean, just look at the names involved. I think they all work really well together. Suzu had really good chemistry with the Marvelous Ones, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, I thought this was just a really good 20-minute draw, which I didn't think I would ever say.
They are Suzu is their like peer. They have wrestled with and against each other
Yeah, I
since
forgot she
they
was
started
like
careers.
wave champion for a
Yeah,
month.
no, it's even before that. Uh, I was doing I was doing some kind of retrospective for someone, and on the same show there was a match which had Suzu and Meisera still in Marvelous onesie, against Asahi and who was Asahi and I cannot remember. Doesn't really matter. But it was like them, the four of them, and Asahi and Suzu then got into scuffle afterwards. But like
Nice.
Suzu and Meisera started teaming up like when in their 5th match of their careers or something
Okay.
like that.
That does make sense actually. Yeah. I did say Suzu has chemistry with the Marvelous One, and then I remembered she was literally tag team champion with May earlier
Yeah.
this year. So yeah, that checks out. Our next tournament match on this show was Momon Abe and Tekla beating Hina and Lady C in 14.5 minutes with a B driver. I think this was unnecessarily long. I thought there was a good match in there. I mean, I'm a
Wait,
big
Momo is
yes.
winning with B drivers.
It was against Lady C and Hina, in fairness.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah.
Still, that's
That's
like
yeah.
her 5th finisher. She was winning with
Um,
them in
oh, they cheated
2017.
as well. In fairness, they cheated. Tekla had a
Okay,
loaded cast, so cheated.
still.
But yeah, 14.5 minutes with Tekla cheating against these two lower carders. It was just unnecessarily long, and I think Lady C is really good, and like I think she brought her A game, but you just can't do 14.5 minutes. It just isn't believable with a team this low on the totem pole. So yeah, I would have liked this one to be a bit shorter.
Especially if you are beating them with a finisher that's last been used as a proper finisher in 2018.
Yes. And also the loaded cast thing just doesn't need 14.5 minutes. It's not that interesting. Anyway, um Rina and Azusa Inaba beat Hanan and Saya Ida in 12 minutes with a Bubba Killer number 2, which sounds like something you would dedicate to Team 3D. Saya Ida took the fall here for her team, and this was a good match. I thought they basically just had a New Blood tag title match in
Hmm.
miniature form, and Azusa and Ida were going nuts. So
Yeah, I am all in on Rina and Azusa as a tag champs for the
yes,
lover card tag titles. Uh, she, they are doing like everything right. They have the Rina swagger. Like she
Mhm.
is. If I was like a teenager, I would have thought that she's the coolest person in the world. Like she
Yeah.
is incredibly cool. Like I don't understand how you can be so cool when you are 16 or 17. I don't get it. Like I've never was cool. I have never been a cool person. I was always a nerd,
Okay.
extremely uncool, and she would have been like the coolest person that I've ever known. And the thing with Inabas is that they are like really straight laced, and Rina is rubbing off on Azusa, and Azusa is like starting to feel better for me as a wrestling fan
Hmm.
than she was before she started teaming with Rina, because my position on Inabas. I don't see it. I just don't see it. I don't get
Yeah.
it.
Um.
I know different tastes.
Mhm. I do agree, though. I think the dark Azusa thing is a good look for her. And it's one of those where I think young wrestlers should always try and like be a heel and a face at some point, just to feel out how it is to work in a different way.
Yeah,
It's one of the things that American wrestling doesn't do anymore, which is like that it used to do very well, which is why the pipeline is kind of slowed a little bit. It's like Ring of Honor, Shimmer. You used to have a set character. You'd play a face and a heel on the Indies. You might get signed, and you're a versatile wrestler. And obviously, I think in old Stardom, you just kind of were what you were, unless Rossi decided to turn you to like fill a faction. Um, so, I think somebody like Azusa, though, getting to explore herself as a heel has definitely helped her grow in confidence, which is generally what heel runs are meant to do. They're meant to make you more expressive. You have to be expressive to be a heel. Um,
because you are limiting your own moveset.
yeah. And I think even
Purposely.
then, I think any of Rena's weaknesses are also filled in by Azusa. I think Azusa's
Yeah,
such a good wrestler in the ring that she makes up for any of Rena's like limited weaknesses.
yeah. Rina still doesn't. I don't think she actually has time to go into the wrestling lab, into the dojo, and properly train, like to improve her moveset. Because if people do not know, she is a class representative in her high school, like a president or something like that. She has other duties in her high school than just to wrestle with Stardom. and she is like valedictorian. Like she is doing really well in high school, so wrestling is kind of secondary thing for her. Even though she's really good at it, considering her limited time and her limited schedule. Uh, that's why I think she has kind of stagnated with her moveset and such. She like improved it when she was the future champ, but then like kept it really samey and didn't do anything with it. I understand why, and Azusa is really helping her with that. And I think they are the best teams. For me they are the second best team in the tag league.
Oh wow, okay. It's them and Wingori, right? Wingori are fucking
No,
sick.
best team
What?
is Hanako and Maika.
Oh yeah, of course. Okay.
Of course it is.
Speaking of Inabas, Tomoka Inaba and Rani Yagami beat Suri and Saki Kashima when Tomoka hit the Inaba Otoshi in 11 minutes. I enjoyed this one. I thought, Saki being out of her depth is always really funny, but Suri getting to mix it up with the two Karate Kids was fun. And yeah, it was a nice match.
Probably go back to this show because like outside of the Tekla thing sounds better than I thought.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm just being generous, but I thought everything delivered, on this show. So maybe I'm just being nice. I also like though the main event. It was Mayu and Momokoga beating Natsuko, Tora, and Rocca, and Mayu actually pinned Tora with a moonsault in 13 minutes. And I think I've said this before. Mayu is one of the few people who really makes hate work as the baby face of the pair. She's just so natural and so good at coming back from their cheating and like really getting her own licks back, which not a lot of people do. They just kind of stay valiant, whereas she's like, no, fuck you. And so I thought her and Momokogo had a really good babyface performance here. I thought Tora and Rocco were good. I think Tora 2 weeks ago, people were like, "Oh, she's kind of shit now. She's washed," and she said, "Okay, screw all of you." I think she's moving a lot better than she was. And obviously, I think her and Tora, or her and Rocca, are a good team anyway. So, yeah, I enjoyed the main event there. I thought it was good.
This show sounds much better than I thought it was. I have not, as you can hear, I have not seen that show because I kind of ignored Tag League. But after watching the Korakuen Hall show, I need to go back and watch some other stuff. I've like cherry picked the start of the Tag League, and then last week I did not have much time, and I've got the Korakuen Hall show, and I was like, okay, this is much better than I thought it is, and I need to go back and watch, catch up on stuff. And this show sounds like I'll only skip one match.
Wow, okay, that's good. We then had a show on the 10th in Chiba. They did 321 fans here on the fourth floor concerto of the Garden City. We had
Incredible name of the venue.
yes. We had a new rookie show up. Her name tentatively is Matoi, I think, and she cut a promo. And then Hanan showed up and was like, "Hey, I'll face you at New Blood. I'll be your debut match." And yeah, Matoi. She's smaller than Hanan, but I think most people are. Which so she's relatively tall. The thing with Matoi is she, according to Tokyo Sports, joined in April and has already passed her protest now. So either Stardom's got like insanely good at training these rookies, or she herself is really good. So I'm interested to
Have you
see.
watched the sparring session with Milano?
No, I want to go in unspoiled for her actual debut. I just want to get a fresh
She's
view there.
incredible.
Ooh, okay, all right.
She or Milano is much better than I thought. Like the start of them grappling on the ground, like really fast, like really high speed grappling, and actual shoot grappling was amazing. Like it was so good. I was like pumping my fist while I was watching it because I watched it just before we started. Then Milano got gassed, and then they like did some stand-up stuff. Like he was doing it with face mask. Like
Oh, I see.
it's like, and he is like he has ring rust, but like then they like did some stand-up stuff, and then they shifted into like wrestling and drop kicks of Rookie. That's her, that's her weakness though.
Really?
Her drop kicks are not great, but
Wow. We're losing
but
recipes.
but she can do like top mount with the best of them, and like she was really quick. She was able to get out of this, like she put him into like a chokehold really well while he was trying to do some kind of ankle lock thing on her, and like it, like maybe watch her debut and then watch the sparring session.
Yeah, I might do that.
Yeah, it's surprisingly great. I was not expecting this. Like I was actually not expecting this. Like I'm now willing to like invest heavily into the stocks. I have to wait for the actual debut match, but like she is something. She is something.
Okay. All right. I'm very interested. I do think that quick turnaround time probably indicates that she is very good. I don't think they would rush a
No,
trainee.
if you remember, they they Hanako, Yuzuki, Kurara all like took what, almost a year.
Yeah, yeah. Hanako left prominence for like months before.
Yeah, and Kurara joined in like what, like September or something like that, and
Yeah.
it took a year to debut her. She debuted like a year later.
Mm.
So yeah, they are not like rushing people out.
Okay. So yeah, she must be good. She is a judoka as well, so I think that lends naturally
Yeah,
to
yeah,
like
she was
wrestling.
like that's why they did a public grappling session.
Yeah.
That's the reason why they did it. Because she was able to like fill the time
Yeah, I
with
gotcha.
high speed grappling and then do the like proper pro wrestling stuff afterwards, which I think is was her weakest stuff. Like if she just like went for a like low takedown in debut match, that would be probably for the best.
She might. I don't know. They do like technical rookies. In fairness, I know like Kevin was very technical when she
Yeah,
debuted as
yeah, yeah.
well.
She was, and
Um,
but she was also one of the Milano's like products. So
that's true. After the rookie, we had the opener. Mayu Utani, Tam Nakano, and Suzu Suzuki teamed up to take on Rani Yagami, Sayaka Kurara, and Rian. So I watched this and I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was really fun because the main trio just couldn't get along. Mayu, Tam, Suzu, they just couldn't get on the same page. And so while they were obviously better than their opponents, their constant bickering kind of kept opening the door for the rookies to get back in the door. And I think Rana and Carrara are just really good as well. So I think them getting to play the underdogs was good. It probably didn't need to go like 15 and a half minutes. Like that's a long
oh,
time.
it's
But
long.
I thought they filled it well enough with the Mayu, Tam, Suzu kind of bickering. And then they all obviously got their moments to like beat the shit out of one of the rookies. But yeah, I enjoyed this match generally.
That's that doesn't sound like something I would watch though.
That's fair. I getcha. Our next tournament match was Momo Watanabe and Tekla beating Yuna Mizumori and Aya Sakura. Tekla got the win over Unimon with the poisonous death drop in 11 minutes. Despite Tekla getting the win, this was heavy on Momo. It was a lot of Momo with Unimon and
Yeah.
Aya, so I thought it was a good match.
So Tekla took it easier after previous very long match and involvement he
She
had
did.
in previous match. Okay.
I feel like I'm gonna die from the heat. I have to make sure the heating is not on, otherwise we're not finishing the show. I'll just fall out of the chair. Um, so our next block match on the show was Hina and Lady C beating Saida and Hanan. Hina actually pinned her sister Hanan with a Gato clutch in 13 and a half minutes. Hanan took some falls this past week. She goes hot and cold. Taro will like have her job to everybody, and then she'll just beat like Natsupoi just randomly. But I thought this was a really good match. Lady C and Saida went nuts. Like out of everybody, I think Lady C will gain the most from Tag League because I think people are finally going to sit down and watch her and realize just how much she has to offer. Um, and I thought like everybody did well. I thought Hina looked good. Her offense again always looks good. Her and Hanan were doing some fun judo stuff. Like I just thought it was a really good match all around.
The Lady C thing. it's been 4 years. The meme with the woman from the Titanic. I have been her fan since she started, and
Yeah.
she has been like nothing for 3 years. It's been very painful, Alex. It has been very painful.
We had Saya Kamatani fans out here on Twitter being like, we've had a dry spell, and I was just like, Lady C didn't win for 9 months.
Yeah,
You don't know
yeah,
suffering.
yeah. Suffering and pain of being fan of random lanky woman who is not
Yeah.
really that good, though.
No, well, she is good now.
Yeah, it took her a while though. I think the change of the scenery from the Queen's Quest to the God's Eye has helped her a lot. So,
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that unlocked
which
a
kind
lot.
of surprised me. But I guess the Queen's Quest was not helping her grow anywhere. I guess Shuri is
Queen's
really
Quest
good with that.
had like kind of run its course. In fairness, I think we can all admit
Yeah,
that now.
the thing is that is it possible that like Utami and Saya were not hanging out and helping the rest of the crew?
I don't know. I don't think Utami's like that. Just judging from how close she seems to Shino and Sareee.
Yeah, but she seems like she's kind of a different person than Saya is.
Very true.
Yeah,
Could be on
so
something, but I
like
don't know.
if Saya like just was not there in the dojo doing, or if they were not there
Yes, yeah.
together. So if they were not trying to help Lady C grow, and like sometimes Dami was there, sometimes Saya was there, but like we don't know the backstage stuff. But like
No.
the factions train together. So, and Shuri, by the way, Shuri is really good at this. So
Yes, indeed.
I understand why like joining with Shuri is helping her a lot. Also Saki.
And Saki. Oh yeah, of course, Saki
Yeah,
Kashima.
because Saki is great as in the backstage, reportedly.
Oh, I can see it. I can see why why they keep her around. She's that chill. Our next Goddess League match was Natsuko Tora and Rocca beating Konami and Saya Kamatani. Tora got the win for her team with a Swanton Bomb in 11.5 minutes. Thankfully, they did learn from Saya Kamatani versus Tekla that you cannot just have two heels trying to cheat. And they all just kind of went out there to out dickhead one another and just worked a fast paced, well done match. I thought there was some interesting teases with Konami being like really upset that she lost and like smacking Tora's hand away. And even Tora was like, "Yeah, that was sour grapes. We're still together, but that was sour grapes." So some infighting in hate.
Oh my god, why?
I honestly thought they would kick Tora out already. I thought they would
Oh
go
yeah,
Saya
right.
Kamatani as the leader.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
that's true. Right.
but I
I
expected
forgot
Tora to be
about
out on
that.
on her ear by now. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's true. She's hitting
Um,
too. Isn't she hitting too many losses,
who?
Dora?
She won
In
here, and her team has more points than Psy Queen.
But
So
she lost in the previous show, and she took the fall on the
possibly
previous show. You said that.
Konami would have a weaker case. Like she's lost here.
Yeah. But Saya.
Oh yeah, Saya.
Yeah, if Saya and
I don't know.
if Saya Konami oust Dora, Dora does her retirement thingy and
Yeah,
retires on the next March show against
I
Tam
don't know though. It
Nakano
might depend against Tam. Oh, could do. Yeah.
or against Ruaka.
Well, maybe we're writing her off though, because Dump doing the whole thing with Tora seems like they want to maybe give
Yeah,
Tora
that's
some of that
true.
rub.
Right.
So I don't
Yeah,
think they want
yeah.
to do that.
Wasting the rap would be dumb. Yeah, that's true.
Yes,
That is
very.
that is that is actually true. I'm sorry, I forgot about that.
It's okay. All I wanted to say though is, as far as hate versus hate matches go, I thought this was good. Everybody actually
Okay,
wrestled. It was fun.
okay.
The main event was Maika and Hanako beating Siri and Saki Kashima. Micah pinned Suri to get the win in just under 16 minutes. They did a lot of Micah Suri here that made me go, why the fuck didn't they run this as a title match during Micah's run? And that was my main takeaway. Micah and Suri, very good.
I don't know why they did not do it as a title match. Like, it makes no
They
fucking
just
sense.
needed to do Momo at that Budokan show, or Bunka,
I
whatever it is.
think they need it, but I think the Tomaka match is like stands out there.
That was in
Something that
JTO though.
Yeah, no, it's like, okay, so Micah wanted. It basically sounds like Micah did not want to do the title match against Shuri.
Maybe.
More
Maybe they're
more
saving
than
Suri for somebody else.
yeah, more than like anything else, it seems like that's how the title matches go. Like the
Yeah.
people want to do them right now, unless they are Tam, because Tam is going to lose to anyone. She doesn't really care.
Yes, yeah, Tam, who, well, we'll get onto it in the Cork, and the Tam was setting some shit up.
We will.
Let's get onto it though. The Korakuen Hall show on the 11th. This was Stardom Nighter in Corkin, so this is their gimmick there where they run in the evening with cheaper tickets to encourage new fans to get in the door, and they did 1,026, which based on just a quick glance is the highest for the Nighter gimmick so far. So I think you'd have to consider that a success.
And that is a success considering the last year the similar Korakuen Hall show had like 760 fans, something like that.
Yeah, not
But
good.
like that was in the worst
Injury
time.
times. Yeah.
Yeah, in injury time and in the turmoil time, and everything was going to shit. Because that was the middle November when we all knew that everything is going to shit. Everyone knew that.
Harada was sacked not long before or after that, wasn't he?
After he was
Was he
sacked.
sacked the same time as Rossi, or was he sacked before?
No, he was sacked before.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then Taro Okada came in and discovered, because he started to travel with the roster, not like Harada, who was staying in Tokyo. And he discovered, oh no, they are all going to leave. And I need to fix this. Rossi, stop trying to convince my people to leave. Oh, I will stop it. Don't worry, boss. Don't worry, boss. And he did not stop.
No.
That's why he fired him.
For sure. Yeah. Anyway, this show opened with the trainee sparring thing that Velkej talked about already.
Yep.
Then there was a Red Goddess block match. Saya Kamatani and Konami beat Tam Nakano and Sayaka Kurara. Saya pinned Tam in just under 13 minutes with a turning Star Crusher, and then afterwards sprayed her with black paint and challenged for the World of Stardom Championship. So Tam faked people out. She did a backstage promo, said, "Hey Mayu, I want to like unify these belts. Let's do it on the biggest stage." People were like, "Holy shit, they're doing Tam Mayu," and then the next day, Saya Kamatani challenges anyway, which is to say you cannot trust Tam Nakano in backstage comments. That woman says anything she wants.
Yes.
If it's not to Shoe Pro, take it with a grain of salt. But
Yeah.
there's possibly some truth to it. I think Stardom might need to fill January, and they might do Tam Mayu on the 3rd. They might put it against Marigold, and maybe do an IWGP Women's Title match. Maybe they know they're getting spot at the Tokyo Dome, and they want to have Mayu put Tam over in the Dome in front of as many people as possible. But I'm not fully sure on that. But I could see them running Mayu Tam in early January to get the IWGP belt onto Tam after she drops the red belt to Saya.
So several notes from this match. This match was very good.
It's good now. I feel like we need to admit, like her in ring is entertaining.
Yes, and the other thing is that Tam Nakano is going to do a main event angle in the opener.
Yes.
Because there are multiple reasons for this. Because the opener is free streamed on YouTube, which is their best tool for like ticket sales and for recruitment, because that's where people learned about Stardom when they started to do the VR Stardom TV show. When Bushiroad purchased them, and like they are putting the clipped matches and promos and stuff like that on YouTube for free.
Mhm.
So the barrier of entry is the lowest, and they are streaming this on their free YouTube channel, which is like the best way how to do it because YouTube has unlimited bandwidth. Like you can do whatever you want with YouTube. Like you are not limited to anything. Why not do it? Like everyone should do it. Like everyone should put their openers onto YouTube because why the fuck not? So that's it. And then she did the main event angle for the biggest show of the year because I still consider Sumo Hall the biggest show of the year. I don't care whatever happens in spring or whatever not. The thing about that is they did the Dumb Road stuff there because Saya Kamitani is her biggest disciple. People were fooled by the Saya and Utami thing. That was never really true. But she Saya said that she's going to take the most precious thing away from Tam, and she went for Kurara. If you remember on the singles match between Kurara and Saya Kamitani, she whispered after the match something to her ear. You know, the Tam Nakano whispers. She did the same thing with Kurara. Saya did. And the thing with Saya, with Kurara and Tam Nakano, they are coming in with wedding veils. And on this show, one of them kneels to the other. They are like playing like that Kurara is the most important thing. And like Tam Nakano also says it in the backstage comments. Like she says that she's going to protect the most important thing for her while she's like holding the belt on her lap, but having like putting really possessive hand around Kurara's shoulders. I don't think Kurara is turning, but I think she will play a part of the match in the title match on the Sumo Hall because, by the way, that's announced officially on the Stardom website.
Mm-hmm.
It's official now. That is the Red Belt match, and I think Hate is going to try to hurt Kurara during the match, and Tam Nakano will have to decide what she's going to protect, her belt or Kurara. Because Kurara has been turned into store device right now.
Yeah, but I feel like I would assume Kurara is going to turn because that's their favorite trope now. And you could set a few different angles up from that. But I think that really depends on somebody leaving Hate. I don't think you could have her as well. So maybe they're just teasing the turn, and that'll be like a big moment where she like doesn't turn. Because that's kind of how they build these matches now. They do like very obvious plot devices.
Yeah, the thing about that is that this is obvious. Tam Nakano, not fingerprints, but like her hand is onto this. She is writing the story. She is literally writing the script for whatever the people say during their promos for this match, for this angle. And like there was an obvious effort to include Kurara within like how the promos they both were cutting were shot in the ring on the YouTube. So like there is outside of them doing the comedy stuff with the Tam needing to be permanently reminded that she's the cute while she has the spray paint on her face and her friends are she asks if she's ugly and they are like trying to not say that and then they are reminded that they need to say that she's cute. That's the only funny bit in like within everything she does right now there. But like I don't think Kurara it's about Kurara turning. I think it's about like Tam's choice and Saya Kamitani using Kurara against Tam, not in a way that she's going to turn, but like in the way that she's going to use her within the match, within the actual match. Like maybe before the match they kidnap her or something like that. Like some garbage like that. It's possible.
Yeah.
It's the Nakano. She's doing whatever she wants.
I suppose it would tie nicely into Kurara beating Kamitani at that Korakuen a month or two ago, where they had a singles match. Then, if they kind of knew ahead of time and put that one together.
Oh, they knew. There's
Okay.
like a reason. There's like a reason why Kurara is with Tam and not with Sakura. Like while Sakura and Unamon is like they are like doing something completely different. Like they are completely away from the Tam tornado, like from this angle, and it's just focused on Kurara, Tam, and Sakamitani, and nobody else.
Yeah, I see it. I see it. We had a Blue Goddess block match after that. Starlight Kid and Suzuki beat Waka and Rian. Starlight Kid got the win with the Black Tiger Leg Destroyer. As a fine match,
It's pedestrian, nothing special. Skip it if you are short on time.
Yeah. Rina and Azusa Inaba beat Mei, Sarah, and Kohaku in just under 13 minutes when Rina got the win with the Pink Devil for her team. That was a really good high-paced match. Like this was basically a high-speed tag match, which I think Rina at the end showed a lot of capabilities to do like high-speed stuff.
This was incredible. The if you skip the previous match, this is must watch. Like this is like incredible. Kohaku is awesome. Mei Sarah is awesome. Rina is great, and Azusa is getting great as well. Like this was like I was stunned how much I enjoyed this match. Like I was pumping my fist. I was like stomping my floor. I was so hyped about this match. Like this was so good. I don't understand why this match was so good for me. Like it was perfect. Like I cannot overstate how much I love this match.
That's fair. I mean, I thought it was very good as well, and I thought they like had the crowd on side. Not only were they doing this like fast-paced, really enjoyable wrestling, but the crowd was kind of hot for it, which I think really
That's true.
elevates the match. But yeah, I mean, I enjoy a lot of people. And I thought this was one of Kohaku's best performances in Stardom. I think she's somebody who has been very iffy in her Stardom dates so far, but this was like very clean Kohaku stuff as well.
Yeah, I think Kohaku is one of those people who have on days and off days, and that has been the case like since her second year of in Marvelous. Like her wave stuff is like, sometimes it's pretty good. Sometimes it's just like sometimes I watch it and I'm like, that was a match.
That's
And
fair.
like it in Marvelous in like her late run there, it was very similar like that. So, but there are probably like different issues there as well.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. Our next match was Siri and Saki Kashima beating Mai Utani and Momo Kogo in just under 9 minutes. Saki debuted a new finisher where she dropped Momo Kogo onto her knee and just kneed her in the dome.
And it looked
Incredible
like
shit.
she broke her orbital.
Yes.
Yeah, it looked like she crushed her eye in.
Yeah, it was sick. Hopefully that sticks around. They tried to tease the Saki special with the revival straight away, but they fucked up and literally counted 3. Like Taro Okada at ringside rang the bell because he was like that was literally a 3, but the
Yeah,
referee said
he
no.
he was showing that was free, but all 5 people are really good performers, and I can't barb in it.
Yeah.
And they like completely save it, and then like they continued the bit, and Mayu rolled up Saki, and then like did that was free on barb.
Oh yeah, I
Because
remember that. Yeah.
yeah, because that's like because again, as I said, all 5 of them are really good performers, and they like were able to roll with it, save it, and make it into a story of the match. Like at least the start of the match was story. Like okay, so this is it. I'm not even sure that they did not do it on purpose, like Saki and Mayu, to fuck with Barb, just like for
Maybe.
just like for kicks because they can be wicked.
Possibly. I wouldn't put anything past Mayu. Although she might have just
Yeah,
forgot to kick out, in fairness. And
that's
I
that's
don't know.
also that's also a thing. Maybe Saki was like when she was holding her in the revival, she was like out late, kick out late, and Mayu listened and did it because why the fuck not?
Maybe. I don't know. I think she kicked out, but like Barb just counted quicker than usual, because she
Yeah,
was
yeah.
starting the kick out. So I don't know.
I think he started to count sooner than usual.
Yeah, possibly. His rhythm was out. But that was that. Good match. Our next match was Hanan and Saida beating Yuna Mizumori and Aya Sakura when Hanan pinned Aya in 12.5 minutes with a backdrop driver. For me, this is match of the tournament. This was insane. Um, everybody was awesome. Like Ida's stuff with Aya, Ida's stuff with Yuna, the Hanan Aya closing stretch. Like this was all just so well done. Like, I think it's gonna be hard for any like match to beat this.
The big issue with this match that I had, I was watching the Noah stuff.
Oh, dude,
That
how
was
did
at
you?
the same time.
I mean, I get it. I
That,
too would choose Nagayo squaring off with Bozilla over
yeah,
this,
the
but
thing is that
I don't know.
basically I finished with the Kohaku, the match. I missed the start of the Mayu Saki thing. I watched it before we started recording the opening because I knew like that some shenanigans went on, and that battle royale started like when was starting when the previous match was end, when the Kohaku Meisara match was ending. So I basically would had to. I did not watch the match we are talking about right now because I would have started watching it like at the end of the match.
Right.
So it would be like completely wasted for me.
Okay, that's fair.
I had not had time to to come to watch it.
Yeah,
I want to.
I'll do. Like honestly, it was great. Probably like match of the tournament, as I was saying. After that, then in the Red Goddess block match, Micah and Hanako beat Natsuko Tora and Rocca. Micah got the win over Tora with the Michinoku driver in 14.5 minutes. Yeah, you might be on something with this Tora retirement thing. They're protecting Rocca over her. That's interesting.
But like at least in this matchup, it's Micah. So it's
Yeah, I
Micah
suppose.
thinking the revenge thing, and like the post match angle kind of was about that. I watched this match because again, as I said, I waited until the previous match ended. The entrances for this was supposed to start.
Hmm.
They did not start because they attacked them, jumped them with the music, and did the brawl in the upper parts of the orange seats. Funny bits. Hanako started to roll down the stairs and then decided, "Oh, this sucks. I don't want to do this. I am not my Iwatani. I am not made of rubber. Ow!" And then just crawled down after like 3 stairs. Uh, and Tora pulled Micah down the stairs
It was
using
fantastic. Yeah,
that
using
was
the wire, just
amazing.
dragged her.
Yeah, that was so cool, like completely brutal, and it made me buy into Micah being so beaten up that she was unable to do anything for a very long time there in the match. Like the structure of the match was awesome. Even though if you don't like outside brawls or sick of them, the bowling into the chairs was also really well done. Like it looked brutal after the brawl at the start, and like they like both Micah and Hanako put a lot like into the jumping into the chairs, so like they sold it really well. And like then the comeback with the power moves, like 4 power wrestlers doing power moves against each other,
Yeah,
was
it was
sick.
sick.
So yeah, I really like this match. I enjoy this a lot. But I like both Hanako, Micah, and Natsuko Tora. So all 3 of them. I like all 3 of them. So that will play a lot of like that will add a lot of to the match, to my enjoyment of the match, where others maybe won't enjoy it as much as I did.
I do have to wonder if Micah is ever going to lose a round robin match again. Like she's 4-0 in this tournament now after sweeping the GP. It's pretty
She
crazy.
it's it's so good because Darokada said, "Oh, you are going to win the fucking red belt, and I'm going to
Mhm.
build a company around you for at least next 9 months. You will be my centerpiece. You will
Yeah,
be the core that is going to stable and will provide a good to great matches in the main events, and you will win everything. And then we will do a Tora stuff in the summer But then you will win everything and you will win GP without losing a match. And you will had that record because no one ever did that. Nobody will ever be able to take it away from you. You will be the first and the only one who wins all of her matches in a 5-star GP. Then you will lose to Tam, but it's fine. It's
Yeah.
like, it's incredible how, like, and she's popular. Like, people like her, so it
Yeah,
works.
no, she's one of. In fairness to Taro, all of his all but one of his swings have connected. Like
What's the one swing that
Kamatani,
is not connecting? The Tekla?
Tekla, yeah, Tekla.
Oh, yeah.
Like
That's very bad.
Kamatani, over as hell. Starlight
Yeah.
Kid, over as hell. Neo Genesis, people really like Neo Genesis. Micah, over as hell. Like his swings have been very good so far. He's even redeemed Tam. I mean, I was very down on Tam like last year, and I think she's a lot better this year.
The
And
the
her
funny
story
part
with Tora was very enjoyable as well.
the funny part about Tam is that she has proven herself to the roster because
Yeah.
like I don't know if your listeners know this, but I think Tam Nakano is shadow booker of the company. So bear with me. She
Mm,
proved that even if she is booking the company, she has lost every single match in the 5-star.
yeah.
Every single match. Which is like something also that happens only to rookies. Like rookies and teenagers. No one else loses every single match in a 5-star. Everyone wins at least one. She lost everything.
Yeah.
And before 5-star, she was also losing everything. She was not winning. She was losing. If she was in a tag match, someone else won the match. She was always like, and if she was involved in the final decision of the match, she was one taking a pin. Like it was, if she is a booker, she's very selfless booker at least was until she won the title. But also that works because her biggest strength is being the underdog you want to cheer for, which would not have worked because she's an ex-champion who bullied both Mina and Mirai to get the title, to let them be the underdogs. So
Mm.
she needed this 9 months of being beaten down by everyone and being like made into an underdog. And Micah playing like really proper overdog, or whatever the term is in this case, really worked well for her because she was undefeated, unbeaten, and like her title was stolen from her. She did not really lose the title, and she proved that in the finals of the 5-star after she beat Saya Kamitani. She's the best wrestler in the company. But Tam Nakano, with her power of emotion, overcame Micah. That's their story. That's what they done. Like, and it works. It works right now. Like, I don't know why. I don't know how because like it's very bright. Like it's weirdly paced. But I consider the Summer of Stardom one of the like best written stories in wrestling that I have seen in
What?
like a long, long time.
Is the white belt thing just not
No,
exist? That
that,
was
that
terrible.
was that was like really badly done. But
Yes.
I don't. I think I'm talking mostly about the main event. So
That's fair.
the the Saya Kamitani betrayal, while I did not like it,
Hmm.
then was really well tied into everything else that happened. Tam Nakano losing everything, Maika winning everything, Maika versus Saya Kamitani in the finals, uh, perfect finals, logical finals. Even before the tournament started, even before the Saya turn,
Yeah.
it was obvious finals. That was the finals that was supposed to happen, and like they did everything. It was like they did everything right with what they stood with, and then they ended it, and it was like okay, so that's like 3 months arc. That's like that has start, middle, and the end, and it's over. It's done. It's great, and let's do a new story. It, I have never seen anyone do it so good, like ever. I think because
Sir,
like
you missed out on Prime SmackDown. Let me tell you.
I have not watched Prime SmackDown. Whatever. that is? Like 2007 or something like that?
There's been like 3 different primes, I think, for
Okay,
SmackDown.
I have watched the 2016, and no, it was not as well done as this.
No, I do. I get you though. I get what you mean.
Yeah,
I think some of it was a little bit hammed up, but once I accepted it, I think it all slotted into
yeah,
place very well.
that part of Stardom was really well done. Like that section, like the main event around the red belt, because you gave your heel reader a title reign, which again was the only time you can do it, and then she never main evented the show because she was a mid-card champion. She was the most mid-card champion to ever mid-card champion. Like even Seth Rollins had some main events, right? It was not like her title match where she lost against Tam was the semi-main event of a 5-star GP. So the draw was not her title match, but the 5-star GP finals, which had Sayaka Mitani and Maika. And it's like, oh, so this was not really a title reign. It was like a story device for Tam Nakano. It's incredible. I loved it. I loved it so much.
You know, if we praise Stardom anymore, I don't think Dylan will ever come back on the show. So
Oh,
we might have to bring the mood down again.
I'm sorry. Yes, that's very easy to do because I think that the match that's next is going to bring the mood down.
Yeah. Momo Watanabe and Tekla, our tag champions, beat Natsupoi and Sareee Ano in 18.5 minutes when Tekla got the win with the poisonous death drop. There were parts of this match that was Momo and Sareee Ano that really gave me life, and then we were back in Tekla zone. And I didn't actually mind the Tekla Natsupoi stuff during the match. I think Natsupoi in these tags anyway brings out a good aspect of Tekla. They didn't bring it out in the singles match, but in the tags they usually their chemistry kind of works. Obviously the post match angle was very over the top, and I don't know. I'm so tired of the Tekla Natsupoi thing, and I think most people are tired of it because Natsupoi generally was somebody that I think people were very high on around the time she won the white belt, and now like nobody ever has buzz about her because it's just like, oh, she's just constantly locked into this thing with Tekla, even though Starlight Kid was like, hey, I want to challenge you for the belt, which is what people should be talking about because that's going to be great. But instead, Tekla is doing this thing for crossover.
Yeah, you know how hyped I was after Hanako and Maika drank their beers. I was like, yes,
I can
let's
imagine.
go, the beers, let's go. Sandrian, the daughter of a restaurant owner, to get the beers. Let's go, the beers. And then Tekla came out, and I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no. I will remind everyone that the previous match started with the outside brawl and the chair bowling. Do you know what started the main event match?
Was it more chair bowling?
Yes, because the heel group is unable to communicate with each other and talk to each other and decide who will do who will do the one thing that they can do, and who will do the other thing that they can do. So they did the chair bowling, and then I was like, okay, I am going to back to work. I went back to work. I stopped watching the show because
Wow.
I am like over it. I hate and despise that she's teamed up with Momo, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, and I hate her matches now. I am so angry at her. I need her to be gone next year. I want her gone. Like, really. I don't want most people gone, but I want her either retired or gone to America. I want her gone from this fucking company.
That is honestly sometimes I don't think I can blame you. I think she's dragged down a little bit by the whole corporate synergy thing where they feel the need to insert the war dog into everything. Because Clark Connors showed up after the match and was going to spear Natsupoi again. That's very much
I'll
like,
ask you,
okay,
Alex. I'll ask you. Do you think it's the corporate saying that they should do it, or do you think it's Tekla and Clark saying that they should do it?
I think it's corporate synergy because they want full like crossover between the brands. I think the
Nobody
War
else is
Dogs is
doing
the
that.
easiest way to do it
Nobody else is
because
doing
they're
it.
heels, you know. Well, I think for now, but I mean, they did float the idea of doing New Japan sponsor matches on these shows. I think some of those connections could deepen over time. It's just the War Dogs and Hate is the easiest one to start with.
So dumb.
Very.
The thing, the
I
thing
did
is,
to a degree. I did like the babyface roster kind of rushing out to
yeah,
stop Hate. I like stuff like that when it happens. It's very natural. You know, Maya Utani, Hanan, even Tam, they all have beef with Hate. Of course, they're gonna come out. And Saya and Tam, amidst this, took a moment to do their little exchange, just so you know, they're the important people.
they are
Um,
the main event angle. Yes.
Yes. So I did like the baby faces rushing out to help, but I did think Tekla barking for Clark to walk out slowly was awful, and I
I've
don't.
not seen that. That sounds horrible.
It was it was awful. And then I don't know. I don't care if he spears Natsupoi. Like, this is wrestling. Like, I don't give a shit. You know?
Yeah, the thing is that the first surprise spear had really negative reaction on Twitter and everywhere from Japanese fans, not
Oh, I
like
see.
Western fans. It was really poorly received. But the thing is, it like they kind like I'm not sure if they like went they did not went deeper into it because he did not spear her right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
He did
No,
not
he got
like
run
he
off.
didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. He was
No.
just there, like present. Yeah. So they basically got scared of that and are unable to do it anymore. Which is why I think it's not just the corporate synergy. I
Possibly.
think I think it's actually like Tekla doing like them doing their own stuff.
Could be. I don't know. I think if it
Like
continues after crossover, we'll know. I
yeah,
think they're
yeah.
just
It
building to
like
historical
the
takeover.
first fun got heat. Like people were actually booing them, so that's good, I guess. So when Clark speared Boy first time,
Yeah.
they were actually like really booing that. Like that the reaction was visceral, so that was good. But like, I don't know. I don't know. I just like I like both New Japan and Stardom, but like I like them separate. I like them as their own things.
We do have two shows to preview though, so we should kind of run through that before
Let's start
we run
with
out of
take
time.
X over when I said that I like them as they're separate.
I no, that's not
God damn.
chronological.
Uh,
So the first show that's happening is New Blood West. It's on the
yeah,
16th,
right. That's true. I'm
and
really looking forward to that. I hyped as fuck
yes,
for that.
in what might be the opener, we have the rookie debuting. It is Matoi. She'll get her name later, and she is wrestling Hanan. Despite the fact that everybody said May Sarah at Korakuen, she is
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
wrestling May Sarah. She is wrestling Hanan.
No, I
Um,
think she said her name as the wrestler that she likes the most.
oh, maybe. Yeah, because I think Stardom's Twitter was like, "Oh, she's gonna wrestle May Sarah," and it was
Yeah, I don't
no.
think Tom speaks English. Japanese, sorry. I don't
Yeah,
think he
maybe not,
understood properly.
and I wouldn't be surprised knowing him. But yeah, it's gonna be Hanan and the new kid, which makes sense because she's a judoka, so they might do some judo stuff. And Hanan is obviously a very solid person to put in there with a newcomer, so interested in that. We then have May Sarah and Miyu Amasaki versus Yuna Mizumori and Momoka Hanazono. I'm sure this will be a good match, but it's gonna lack like anything to grab hold
Yeah,
of, you know?
this is the only match on the show that I am not interested in, actually. Like
That's
I
fair.
find Hanazono fine, but I think this match is like it's like just because it's in Osaka, Hanazono is on the show.
Yeah, yeah, I
That's
gotcha.
not enough for me. I've already seen her doing
Well,
some
what
stuff.
if? I mean, if they wanted to, they could use it to set up a Hanazono Sarah match, which might work.
They could, and that would work.
Yeah,
Yes.
be into that if they wanted to. After that, we have Aya Sakura and Sayaka Kurara versus Sumika Yanagawa and Misa Kagura of Just Tap Out. So this is a new strand of the JTO girls. Misa Kagura, I think, is really good. She gets used by Seedling a lot. She's very much in that mold of like very intense, good forearms, very good wrestler. I think she'll
Really
work really
emotional.
well. Yes, she's very Tam-esque in that I think she
Yes.
was an idol and
Yeah.
like converted to wrestling in a similar manner to Tam. But she's very good.
I will never forget a scene where every single young wrestler that wrestles on Seedling Show went and singularly challenged Arisa Nakajima, and Misa Kagura just went in and started crying, and she said how much she loves her and how much she loved the match that they just watched. And Arisa Nakajima just slapped her over the head. It was very endearing to me, extremely so.
I think Kagura will work well with Kurara and Aya.
Yeah,
I'm not as sold on Yanagawa. I think she has her moments of being good and her moments of being not so good. She was in
but
CMLL there last month,
and
you
almost
could
died
see some of
like
the
3
weaknesses.
times there.
Yeah.
Have you seen that suplex where she got dropped on her knees?
Yes.
I got
That was in
phantom
CMLL.
pains. Yeah,
I
I got
watched
phantom
those
pains
matches.
over the half of the world, and my knees started to hurt.
Yeah,
That was
she's
horrible.
pretty strange.
Like, oh my god.
So yeah, we're looking at Misa Kagura there to
Yeah,
really keep it on
yeah.
track. We then have Hanako and Rian versus Zones and Chi-Chi from Evo Girls.
The most important match on the card.
Honestly, yeah, I mean, Chi-Chi has been doing the God's work, building to some feuds here with Hanako and Aya Sakura.
Yeah.
Her and Aya beefing like crazy. I think they were
Yeah.
throwing shoot headbutts after a match once for no
Yes,
reason.
randomly, just
Like
for
they're insane. So what I need is for Chi-Chi to beat the dog shit out of Rian
yes.
and
He will humiliate her,
just beef
destroy
with
her.
Aya.
Yeah,
And Hanako can lose. I don't care.
yeah. It's she before we started recording. It was like 2 hours before she wrote that. Look, I'm having a match in Stardom. It's sadly not against Aya Sakura, so watch it anyway. And I'm like, oh, Aya will have a match before that. You can fight after your match. It's fine. Just give me your confrontation again. And I brought up to someone else that I think Chi-Chi should win the Future of Stardom title.
Ooh, I would like that. Yeah.
Because how long until Amasaki's limit runs out?
Sometime next year, I think.
Early next year, right?
Yeah.
Like in
Early-ish.
March or something like that, April.
Around that, yeah.
So have Mamasaki get 2 or 3 more defenses, and then just have Chi-Chi win the title, then like beat 3 Stardom wrestlers, and then drop it to Aya or someone like that. It would work. It would work, and it would be awesome.
Yeah,
Give her
I
the
think
title.
Chi-Chi is the one to do it with as well. I think
Yeah,
she's talented. I think the entire scene likes her. I mean, she wrestled Nagayo in a one-on-one match
yeah.
at Korakuen Hall. That says enough about how everybody views her. I
The
think
thing
she's
is,
one of the one who's can carry it really well.
yeah. The thing is, she's one of the realest wrestlers around right now
Yeah.
because she will eat shit. She will
Mm.
get kicked into the throat. She will get kicked into the face, and she will like go on as if nothing happened. She's awesome. Like
Yeah,
she's really great.
the path her and Zones took is fascinating because Zones has
Yeah.
completely plummeted in a lot of people. She's
Yeah.
for some reason gone away from everything that made her good, and is just kind of okay now. Chi Chi is just gets it, and she just gets it more and more with each passing month. She's wrestling Mako Satomura soon as well, just to
Yeah. Like
further prove that everybody wants a piece of Chi Chi.
yeah, of course, because like you can. It's so fascinating because when she came out first, it was like, oh, her theme song is Barbie Girl. That's fun. That's interesting. And then then we saw, oh, okay,
Mhm.
all right. And as I said, I think she's one of the realest wrestlers around right now because, like, what she has, because the rookies sometimes their strikes go like kinda not intended shooty, and she's just like rolling with the punches. And again, as I said, I don't know if there's some like real actual shoot hate between her and Stardom rookie roster or Stardom as a whole or specific Stardom wrestlers. But if there is not, she's really good at playing that. Like,
Yeah,
and they are really good at playing that against her because Aya Sakura was pissed at that Evo show, like real pissed. Like that was not played. Like she was angry. I love her.
Yeah, no, she's pretty great. She has a Sareee sign of approval as well.
Yeah.
So that's how you know she's a
Nagai
real one.
remake.
Yeah, she's the one. In our main event, then it's a New Blood Tag Championship match. It's Rina and Azusa defending against Lady C and Rani Yagami. I think this would be a good match, like really good. You know, I think Lady C is
Yeah.
talented, as I said. I think Rina is talented, and then Rana and Azusa is the main pairing to look at because their styles complement each other so well that if you just let them get in there and like kick each other and do some technical stuff, they can fill a lot of the match. And then Lady C and Rina can get in there and just boot each other in the face and stuff.
Yeah. The
Um,
I'm really looking forward to this show. Like I am really looking forward to this show.
yeah, the New Bloods have picked up. They like partially got bad there for a while, and now they're
Yeah.
just back to being awesome.
Yeah.
So that's good. Then we have historic crossover for on the 17th of November. This was a show that when it first happened was a pretty big show. You know, I think both sides put effort into it. This year's looks very much like New Japan phoned it in. Like their big sale is Zack Sabre Jr. versus a junior. And that's really all New Japan has put forward. You know, like they barely even feature on the undercard. This is just a Stardom show with the occasional dude.
Yeah.
And I think it might do quite poorly at the
Yeah.
box office. So fascinated to see. We have a pre-show match apparently, a kickoff match. It's Aya Sakura and Hanako versus Rani Yagami and Sayaka Kurara. So they're crossing factions here.
Yeah. Putting
Yeah.
young lions together to face each other in a tag match.
I love the description here. Aya Sakura with her martial arts background and an ex-metal drummer, Rani Yagami, and painter, Sayaka Kurara. Wow.
Have you seen
Fascinating.
her newest T-shirt? It's really cute.
Who's Aya's or Rana?
Kurara's what she painted, what she did again. If
Oh,
you
she
have
painted.
the yeah, if you had the news section on the website open, it's the second thing.
Oh, let me have a look.
It's like her with her face not doing anything with
Oh,
a
that's
unicorn
that.
hat. It's
Oh, the
really good.
cat. Yeah, that is cute. Okay, I'm into it.
I really like it.
We gotta jet through this show because I think we're near the limit for the upload. So I'm
Yeah,
just
I'm
gonna
sorry.
run through. It's all right. We have Cosmic Angels versus God's Eye, Tam Nakano and Shiori Ano versus Siri and Tomoka Inaba. How on earth do you have a loser there? What the hell? Maybe this is Tomoka just loses, doesn't she?
Yeah, Tomoka can lose that.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
Takataichi Mania is coming back. It's possible there's a match coming out of this.
oh yeah, that could work. Yeah, and I think they're gonna do Siri Tam exchanges just to try
You
and like
can
get those
do
two over.
Tomoka beating Saori there.
Oh, that would be good. Yeah, I'm into
And
it.
then Tomoka has a claim for a white belt.
Yes, I guess. Main part though, I think will be Siri Tam.
Yeah.
Just letting them go crazy for a big audience.
For
Neogenesis.
1800 people in Osaka.
Yeah, you know, maybe there'll be some new people there. Mei Seira Azumi and Miyu Amasaki take on Konami, Rina, and Rocca of Hate. I think this would be a good way to get like the energetic baby faces a win. They'll probably overcome the cheating here. We pin Rocca.
They should.
Toru Yano, Tiger Mask, and Oleg Bolton versus the United Empire, Jeff Cobb, Callum Newman, and Francesco Akira. Tiger Mask will lose. Does he lose? Is that what he does? How does New Japan
Or
treat
him.
Tiger Mask?
Whoever can lose. Jado doesn't lose. He's the only one who doesn't lose.
Oh, I see. That's fun. Okay. Well, sure. Jeff Cobb, you can win. I guess you were cool.
Oleg
at one
Boltin
point.
also loses.
He also loses?
Yeah, he's too
Okay.
new.
All right. Well, okay. The United Empire's team is gonna win. Um. Oh dear God. Hiroshi Tanahashi, Ryusuke Taguchi, Hanan and Sai Ida versus Gabe Kidd, Drilla Maloney, Saya Kamatani, and Natsuko Tora. I bet they give Saya the win here. I can
They
almost
should.
guarantee Saya is going to hit a move on Tanahashi and also beat one of Wingori. And
Yeah.
they're going to go all in on it. Gabe Kidd is going to like yell at Ida at one point and she's going to chop him. And it's going to be like, a, whoa, oh my God. And I'm going to want to bury my head into a wall. KOPW 2024 hardcore match. Great Okan versus Suzuki. I mean, this could work. This could be good. The
The
hardcore
issue
stip
is,
opens the door.
yeah, the issue is that Suzu is really small,
That's true. The thing
and
is,
Okan
though,
is pretty tall.
Okan has said he won't actually use any weapons. So I think Suzuki is just going to beat him with weapons and then get a roll-up win or something. For
She
equality's
won't.
sake.
No, she won't win.
Oh, no, because he said he's going to cut off his braid and beard if he loses.
And it's for the
Yeah.
New Japan title.
Yeah, but I was assuming she'd win and it would just expire and we'd never talk about it again.
Oh, right, it's end of the year. True.
Yeah.
And
Like she
it
can powerbomb
no,
him through a
the
table or
the,
something.
the thing is, the title will probably be in defense on the Christmas shows, unless
Oh,
it's
maybe.
the big last chance to sell the AEW involvement in the Tokyo Dome.
Maybe. I don't know
The
about that.
thing is, will the AEW involved people want to travel just before Christmas to
Of
Japan?
course not. Of course not.
Yeah.
Half of them
Do you
barely
think
even take
Young
indie dates.
Bucks, Young Bucks, will travel
Hopefully not. For New
just
Japan
before
fans' sake, I
Christmas?
hope they don't.
Yeah, they don't. That was so funny.
Our next match
So
is Taichi and Natsupoi versus Clark Connors and Takla. Sorry, I don't know if you had a prediction there. I don't care.
no, I think I think Okan will win.
It's hard to give a shit
It's
about this thing.
KOPW. Hard to
Yeah.
give a shit. Yes.
Taichi and Natsupoi versus Clark Connors and Tekla. It's mixed tag, by the way, so only the men can wrestle the men, and only the women can wrestle the women.
I want to jump out of the window.
Same. Natsupoi is going to overcome and win because she is the white belt champion at the end of the day, and she has to put Starlight Kid over.
Hopefully. Hopefully it's not a freeway.
No, they wouldn't do that. If they do, I will personally hunt Taro Okada for sport. We then have an IWGP Women's Championship match: Mayu Utani versus Momo Watanabe. This is an interesting match. I mean, Mayu and Momo is always great. I think the heel babyface dynamic is excellent between them. I don't think Momo wins just because Tam sniffing around the IWGP title picture makes too much sense for one of the January shows. And I think her versus Mayu is very sensible to put Tam over as
Okay.
the new icon.
I know that we don't have enough time, but let me. It's going to be 10th anniversary of Momo Watanabe the day before the show.
Mm-hmm.
If Mayu is leaving, this is the only chance that Momo Watanabe has to actually beat her for a title. And it's the semi-main event, not the main event. Heel can win.
Yeah, but Mayu has to put Tam over.
Mayu will put Tam over in the Red Belt title match on the 3rd.
Tam is losing the red belt to Saya.
I don't think she is.
I think she is, definitely.
I think
They
it's
are
50-50.
desperate to put that belt on Saya.
I don't think so. I really think it's Tam.
I don't know.
I think Tam is losing at the earliest in the spring. But like it's 50-50. You can convince me about Saya. Like I can be convinced, but I don't believe that.
Well,
I think she still will be able to overcome this because I don't think Saya is winning the red belt while she's a heel.
that is a bold statement.
I again do not believe that Stardom will ever have real heel champions.
In fairness,
Again.
though, Saya got cheered a lot at Korakuen. Like they were chanting her name. I think
Yes.
she's a heel in name only.
Yeah, I know. But
So I
like
don't know for sure.
the thing is, I understand your thought process, and I get it. Like it's like logical. It's also my bias speaking about Momo Watanabe because I want her to win. And again, as I said, it's about if Mayu is leaving, this is the last chance that Momo Watanabe actually has, if they care about Momo Watanabe at all. I guess they cannot, but it's just IWGP title. It, like, in Stardom means basically nothing for Stardom. If it's for to travel to US to the shows, to AW shows as the IWGP champion, Momo Watanabe works as well as Mayu does. She works better than Tam.
Guess I don't know. I think the American thing is less of a point though with Mercedes fully in the
Yeah, I
picture.
know,
So
but is Mercedes? How long is her contract with AW? How long? How many dates do they have for her?
probably a lot,
How
and how
many
much
days
they're
do they have
paying.
for her? No.
That's a good question, but
Yeah,
I
because
think
she's
they're paying her
expensive.
enough to draw. She
She's
is
not.
basically the only draw for Strong.
Yeah, I know, but
So
is
I
that
don't know
worth
though.
it though?
Maybe, but I don't think they're gonna fly in Momo Watanabe for it either. So
That's cheaper, probably.
cheaper, but also she's not selling tickets. No
Yeah,
offense to Momo, but Tam or
yeah,
Mayu
I
sells
know,
tickets.
but they will sell tickets on the name only, like on the New Japan name.
Maybe, but they also want the women to sell tickets. Like that's the whole point of the belt is to
Yeah, I
get
know.
women over.
Again, like there are arguments for both sides.
Yeah.
I will go into the match because it's the semi-main event,
Hmm.
fully trusting that Momo is winning.
Okay, that's all right. In the main event then, Zack Sabre Jr. and Micah take on El Desperado and Starlight Kid. Micah is so clearly winning this. Well, Zack is gonna win, but Micah is gonna like drink beer with him and be like, "Hey, look at me, I'm cool." And that's the whole point of the show is to get
It,
people to love
I,
Micah.
I think it's more. It's funny. I think it's more likely that the thing is because Starlight Kid is still not confirmed as a challenger for Natsupoi. It's more likely that Micah will put Starlight Kid than anything else.
Yeah,
Because
maybe.
Despy cannot lose. He's a challenger for the junior title. Zack cannot lose.
Yeah,
He's
but
the
I think they don't.
IWGP
I
champion.
think they'll have Despy lose because Junior loses to Heavy.
Not Despy though. He is
Yes,
literally the
Despy.
most outside of Naito and Tanahashi. He's probably the most popular guy in New Japan. Why do you
I
think
don't
he's
know.
in the main event?
Because they had nothing else going. They asked a bunch of dudes if they want to work with women, and they said
Yeah,
no.
yeah, because he's actually a good dude. And the thing is, I really think you are underselling how big of a deal he is. He main evented Dominion.
No, I understand he is, but I
Yeah.
think they also are all in on Zack, and he can just beat Desperado.
I think they're more into the speed than Zack, to be honest.
Yeah, but they have no choice. Zack is the Zack has the main event, the Dome.
Yeah. I know.
So
It's like, yeah, but the Micah and Zack side will win.
yeah, of course.
They will drink wine, not beer.
Oh, fancy.
They had the wine tasting session.
Oh, I didn't. I listen. I didn't. I don't know the difference. I just assume they drink beer. Um, yeah, that's a Historic crossover. I will not be reviewing the men matches just ahead of time, so you all know. I don't know if Dylan's going to be back next week. I honestly have no idea. He's uprooted his entire life in the space of a week, so I hope to have a guest again, or if not, Dylan. But yeah, thank you for joining me this week,
I'd
folks.
probably be available, and if I knew that you want me to record, I'd actually watch the Marigold show.
That's fair. This all came together very last minute. Dylan decided to get evicted or something on the day of. So he messaged me last day like, "Yeah, we can't go home," and I was like, "Oh, Cool. He did tweet about this. I'm not exposing Dylan's like private life. He did
Yeah,
tweet about
he
this.
was like, I am watching something from hotel lobby.
He was listening to Bernie Sanders.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something.
So
Yeah.
that happened
Good luck,
like
everyone. Good luck,
overnight.
everyone.
Yeah, but yes, we will be back next week. The show will be back next week. Anyway, with that, it is time to close the show. If you want to stand, you may stand. If you want to sit, you may sit. Leave today, shine tomorrow. You decide what you believe in. Ijo.